Good morning, boys and girls. It's Saturday. I didn't do a video yesterday because it was a little late when I got home. Just quite frankly, didn't feel like it. Hadn't seen my wife all week, so I spent some time with her and decided I'd just make my video today. I'm going to keep it kind of short today. Some of you, I was going to draw a diagram, but I'm not sure it would make a difference because the people that need the diagram would probably be too fucking stupid to understand it anyway. So, on the freeway, we're going to take a little driving lesson today. Let's just do that for just a minute. We're going to keep it a little short today, as I said. But anyway, so you got the freeway. You got like 4, 5, 6, 8 lanes, whatever you got. Usually way over on the left, that's that $400 lane. You don't want to get caught driving over there during certain times of the day because the minimum fine is $400. But most of you people that this concerns, don't ever have to worry about getting that far over because you'd probably die before you got across the other 8 lanes at 40 miles an hour. Jesus, that lane that comes up from the side like this that sweeps up onto the freeway, that's called an acceleration lane. Let me explain that to you, the physics behind that, okay? The trick is these people over here are doing about 80, 85 miles an hour in Arizona. For those of you that live here, you know this is true. They haul ass on the freeway. Everybody's got someplace to go. Then you get this asshole over here coming up the acceleration lane, and he's got his, I don't know what he's doing with his right foot. It's missing or something. He's doing about 40 miles an hour. And sometimes I've even seen him come to a stop with that. We have some lights where you have to stop and then merge onto the freeway, which that's pretty stupid too. But some people just take it upon themselves. They'll drive out there and they'll stop and they'll look and then, and then they drive out onto the freeway, and everybody that's going 80 and they're going 40's got to slam on the brakes, change lanes. It causes a lot of problems. And if you look behind you and there's 27 cars back there, bumper to bumper, trying to get on the freeway, then you are the problem. You should probably stick to surface streets and just stay off the big boy freeway because, you got all these lanes and the show off lane, and then you got the $400 lane, and you can't even get past this lane over here. So you should probably just stay on the surface streets, keep her down around 40, 45. Or for some of you in a 45, it's like 25 because you just don't get it. So there's that. But anyway, try not to be an asshole. If you're going to drive slow, just stay off the freeway. Leave that up to the people that can actually drive. It's just crazy. I see people out there driving 40 miles an hour, people splitting and going around them. It's just dangerous. And they give you a ticket for going too fast. If I was a cop, you'd get a ticket for going too slow, I guarantee you. So there's that. I'm not even going to talk about Biden and Harris, that shit show today. I'm just going to stay completely away from that. We're just going to keep it light today. Everybody knows those two are fucktards and they got no chance in hell unless they cheat. So we're just going to leave that alone. So what I would like to talk about, something kind of happened this week that made a lot of us kind of sad. Back in the late 70s, I would have been in high school in the late 70s. I graduated in 1981. Some of you know because you were there. So the music in the late 70s, good God, what a shit show that was. There was these brothers, some of you might remember them, they ran around in polyester bell bottoms and they sang like they had their fist around their nutsack, just crushing it like a beer can, it just staying alive my ass. I wanted to shoot myself every time I heard them. It was horrible. Disco was on the rampage. It was nuts. Now, keeping in mind, I had Ted, I had Ozzy. I had just recently been introduced to Judas Priest, so I was okay. It kind of kept me from the edge of the bridge, from diving off onto a concrete on-ramp or something, just wow. That music was just horrible. But along about February of 1978, this happened. Yeah, some of you will remember that. This guy right here. This guy changed the face of music for most of us. And he inspired a lot of us to pick up one of those on the wall back there and, learn to play it. Of course, most of us never had a prayer of playing anywhere near his level. The guy was innovative with, electronics and amps. He was always experimenting, and I've heard a lot of interviews with him and people surrounding him this week, and he was, he had his problems just like most rock stars and all that, but he's been battling cancer for a long time, and it finally got him last week. And, those of us that love the kind of music that he played, hard rock, metal, whatever you want to call it, it's kind of a sad day. It was a great loss. So, if you think about it, if you believe in heaven, he's up there with, Jimi Hendrix and Steve Clark, and there's so many of them that are up there that great guitars. Stevie Ray Vaughan, all those guys are up there. I'm sure that Heart Practice in heaven is probably a lot more interesting now, would be my guess. So anyway, my heart goes out to his family and his friends, and I mean, even though I didn't know the man personally, I feel like I did. I owned every one of their albums. I wasn't super thrilled about the Van Hagar stuff. I mean, I was kind of excited at first because I was a Van Halen fan, but I was also a big Sammy Hagar fan. I love Sammy Hagar. And so when he joined Van Halen, I thought, God damn, this is going to be great. Eddie Van Halen with an extra guitar player, this is going to be amazing. They kind of progressed. They started playing with keyboards and doing some different things. There were some interesting things going on. I'm not saying that, it was all bad, but I just think the original 4 or 5 Van Halen albums, whatever it was, were the best. Fair Warning happens to be my favorite one because Unchained is on it, which is my favorite Van Halen song. But anyway, again, my heart goes out to the Van Halen family, and I hope his son will carry on and keep the Van Halen name moving forward because he changed a lot of us' lives and made a huge difference. Disco didn't really bother me that much after the hair metal thing kicked in the '80s, and it's what I still listen to today, as most of you know. I post a little video once. Well, I've kind of expanded. I listen to a lot of blues now. I'm a big Clapton fan now, and a lot of bluesy stuff. And I look around on YouTube and I find something once in a while that interests me or that sounds really good, somebody I didn't know, and I'll post it for you guys to see what you think. But anyway, rest in peace, Eddie. I'm gonna let you guys go for the weekend. I got a big birthday party to go to. My little hot rodder grandson, he's turned 10 yet or 9 yesterday actually, and the party's today for obvious reasons. But anyway, we're gonna head over there and see about having some cake and getting some munchkin hugs. So you guys have a good weekend, and I'm out. I'll see you next week.